From a professional soccer career to becoming a driving force in the mortgage industry, Brian Covey has shown what it takes to find your competitive edge. Get off the sidelines and get in the game. Find your competitive edge with Brian Covey.
People talk about high-performing teams all the time. What about being a high-performing producer that actually influences the rest of the team? Leading by example, you might have heard it, or becoming that person that people look to and they go, what's different about them? So this episode was really fun because Rudi Riekstins and I, we actually met at a conference that I went to that Ken Jocelyn held in Texas. And for some reason, we just kind of energy gravitated towards each other. We started talking a little bit. We decided to sit down and have lunch at a table. And we're talking through, there's a group of people there. And Rudi and I just jamming back and forth. And right away, I could tell his energy and also his self-awareness and just what he has learned through his own experiences. This is somebody I want to be around. I wanted to learn, ask questions. I was just very curious about, how did you learn these things? What do you know about this? What do you know about that? What are your thoughts on this? And so in this episode, guys, I'm going to tell you, we broke down not only things about what it takes to lead in challenging times, which most would say we are in right now. We can probably all agree to that. We talked about the power of priming and really going into not just a morning routine, but starting your day with such intention and creating the energy. So throughout the day, you're laser focused. You're leaning in on what you need to. And the other thing that I love is we are actually moving into a season of how do we not just survive, but how do we thrive? And so a couple things that we talked through with this is our beliefs of who we are, what we believe we're worthy of, and also the rate and velocity in which we chase our dreams matters. And I loved how Rudi went through this and just shared, for many of us, we have these dreams that are placed in our heart. For whatever reason, we've just said, maybe it's not for me, maybe the work's too hard, maybe I'm just not going to do that today. And I put that off and I don't take action. Every day that you've been given is a gift from God to go pursue that. And so as Rudi went through this, I just loved his intentionality, not just with the words he used, but the stories that he's going to share with you. And also how in your own life, you can start to move forward towards what it is that you're really called to do and called to be, so you become that person that you've always dreamed of. You see, once you've increased that capacity and you understand this is the person you are, it's no longer about what I do, this is just who I am, you move into this entirely different world where you're able to impact more people, starting with yourself. And so I'd encourage you guys, listen to this episode, take notes as Rudi went through and really unpack some things in a different way than I've heard around leading in challenging times. Not only that, but priming. And then one of the examples he used working with a mortgage company up in Canada and the growth that they had of almost 40% when they started to adopt these things that are there. And I remember as we were talking, I thought about, many of us, we want the outcome, right? We want the result, that euphoria and that feeling, the dopamine hit after we've finished a workout, or we've had that huge deal go through, or we've been on that amazing trip and we've gone on that amazing date with our spouse, whatever it might be. But you got to do the work to get to that outcome and that result. You have to do the work. Think about in your life, where do you need to be doing the work? Where are you not doing the work today, but you know you should? You see that gap that you have. When you start out here, you start to narrow that gap. You're not trying to create perfection, but you are creating a pattern and you're priming yourself to create repetition around what you know creates a winning day, which creates winning weeks, winning months, winning years, and a winning life. Drop us a review if you listen to this episode. Let me know what your thoughts were, what you would like to hear more on, and make sure you connect up with Rudi. We'll catch you on the next episode, guys. Go out there, do something great. Talk to you on the next one.